week, we've spent time exploring matters of the mind in our series, or Bree series, I should say, and all the areas impacted by mental health.
And now we take a look at the future and what can be done to create a healthier community. Here's Bree with a look at the political momentum for the cause. Hi, Bree.
Good morning, Chris and Catherine. I hope it's all of our series. I hope it's all of our cause, right? There are several compelling reasons to seek change. One being that the #1 disability claim filed is for major depression. But to make mental health a national priority, some group somewhere really needs to take charge of this thing and get politically organized. One trying to do just that, the Kennedy Forum.
I mean, you can't make this up.
With all the charisma of a Kennedy, former Congressman Patrick Kennedy hosts what he calls an agenda-setting roundtable on one of the least flashy topics, mental health.
Guess what? We all have brains, and they don't always work optimally.
This Kennedy's hallmark achievement in 16 years on Capitol Hill, sponsoring mental health parity, meaning health insurance companies need to treat mental health just like they do physical health.
Well, I'm kind of like that hair club for men guy. Not only am I the sponsor of the Mental Health Parity and Addiction Act, I'm also a consumer.
A consumer who spent many years in and out of rehab, but now wants better options for the family he's built since leaving Congress.
We wouldn't imagine in this country waiting till cancer got to be stage 4 before we treated it. But with mental illness and addiction, that's common practice. It's outrageous.
For a state that fancies itself as more progressive and smarter than other states, Massachusetts is really a disgrace.
WBZ political analyst John Keller says it just might take a Kennedy to generate enough noise on Beacon Hill to prioritize prevention.
And when it comes to mental health issues, the squeaky wheel is not the mentally ill and their advocates. It's the pharmaceutical industry. It's the healthcare industry. They are big players in this state.
We can all argue about this program, that program. The key to all of this is where we prioritize our funding so as to incentivize the things that work.
Kennedy points to the private sector too, saying if smoking cessation programs work to cut tobacco use, company healthcare plans can also encourage checkups from the neck up.
That should be our approach, whether it's education, criminal justice, healthcare, early intervention. Being proactive should be where our resources go because it will offset all the costs that come from ignoring these problems until they're a real crisis.
There are a large number of mental health advocacy groups, but organizing them into a single loud message has proved problematic. So the question, Chris and Catherine, is what's the political strategy? How do we set an agenda and what do we put first? One idea some people have thrown around is say, training people in mental health first aid, right? So you get trained in first aid, maybe mental health care first aid as well. You identify the risks and get them to the appropriate treatment before it becomes a crisis.
I love your saying, check up from the neck up.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense, and I don't know, I guess I never thought of it that way.
Well, and if you take care of yourselves, right? Like you both, I know from my experience with you, are very mentally strong people, and then you guys are in a better position to help others. So if you do your own internal self-checkup from the neck ups, you can help others.
And I think your point of it's like preventative care too.
Yeah.
Finding it before it becomes a problem down the road.
Right. So we'll hopefully get some momentum going.
All right. Fantastic series, Bree. Really good job.
It's been a great week of just great storytelling and getting the conversation started.
It's an important issue for sure. Yeah.
Thank you.